Indian Prime Minister hopeful and Modi's biggest rival, Rahul Gandhi, was in Dubai recently. We got to meet him, and we're here to tell you exactly what we found out. My name is Scion Shakil, joined here by Bern de Boosman. You're watching Inside AB. So Bernie, we were at that press conference where Rahul Gandhi entered to rapturous applause, but you were also privy to the scenes outside. Can you tell us what happened?
Well, it was really quite something. You know, when Rahul Gandhi came, you know, it really was more of a rock star entrance. You know, he came in very serious, very political looking, but immediately he was swamped by people who, you know, wanted to take selfies. You know, even a lot of Dubai's press corps that was there were kind of like jostling for position to take selfies with this man. So it was really, you know, very presidential, I would say, if you want to use an American term.
Yeah.
But it was really, you know, quite a contrast from the past because, you know, he really did come off as, you know, a politician ready to go.
Which is why this is the story. I mean, this is Rahul Gandhi we're talking about. Rahul Gandhi had previously been known for mixing up gender pronouns, hugging people, the wrong people at stage rallies. I think he had a habit of smiling at funerals, especially the last one with the former Prime Minister Vajpayee, who passed away in 2018. And just a whole host of gaffes that made him like the butt of every newsroom joke. So that's really quite the most interesting thing ever, especially from a guy whose last name is Gandhi.
It is, you know, and of course, since he's a member of, you know, this political dynasty in India, I guess the closest equivalent in the West would be probably the Kennedys or the Clintons, maybe.
Back in the day.
Back in the day, you know, so, I mean, this is something that in the past has haunted him a bit because, you know, Narendra Modi and the BJP, they've kind of like painted him as like the undeserving heir to this famous surname. You know, one Modi ally recently said that if he didn't have the Gandhi name, he probably wouldn't even be the chief of a village. But he's kind of like seems to be moving past that. You know, I mean, recently, you know, he's been all over social media. He's kind of like cast this aside. His behavior is much different than before. So he really seems to be moving in the direction of being kind of a politician rather than this, you know, blundering butt of jokes that the BJP had painted him to be before.
Interesting fact, Rahul Gandhi has an MPhil from Cambridge, and he went to Rollins College in the US, where he was called Raul Vinci. So everybody really just expected that he'd be an intellectual breath of fresh air. But now he has 8.29 million followers on social media, so he's really using that to sort of, you know, galvanize support, and it's kind of worked, hasn't it?
It has kind of worked. If anyone's been following India's elections in December, you know, he scored 3 big wins in Hindi belt states, they would call them, that, you know, have previously been BJP states. And during that campaign, you know, he combined kind of old school, you know, he went to villages, he met with people, you know, that sort of...
He spent the nights there, yeah.
Boots on the ground sort of thing. But he also tweeted a lot, and they even had an app that kind of like gauged public opinion on a lot of issues. So it was kind of a really innovative campaign. And it says a lot about, you know, where Indian politics is going in a way.
All right, interesting. So Modi is still the guy to beat, though. I mean, they've won 3 major Hindi belt states, as you said, but the BJP has a huge grip on India. They hold, I think, about 16 of India's electoral college constituencies. But Modi isn't as invincible as he was once seeming, was he?
No, you know, Rahul Gandhi has a lot of different material that he can use against him now. You know, Modi's made some decisions in the past that a lot of Indians, including Rahul Gandhi, haven't particularly been fond of. For example, I mean, of course, there's demonetization, which caused all sorts of problems and cash shortages and protests when it happened. And more recently, he's been really focused on this Rafale scam, hasn't he?
Yeah, well, the Rafale deal is just something that he doesn't want to let go. So apparently, the Indian government was willing to buy the jets from this French plane maker called Dassault, the Rafale jets. Now, they were supposed to buy more, but they made a deal for how many? 36, I think?
36 of them for $8.9 billion.
And the Indian government, led by Modi, gave it to Indian billionaire Ambani, who has absolutely no record of aeronautics. And Rahul Gandhi hasn't taken that lightly because the project should have been tendered. He's alleging that the Modi government, which had previously worked on this sort of agenda of being squeaky clean, men of the people, is actually corrupt. That's what Gandhi is saying. Yeah. And that hasn't held up well for Modi's stature, at least.
No, so I mean, all that helps, going into these elections in April and May. There's a lot of different material that he can use. So Modi's not as untouchable as before. For example, in 2015, I was at the Dubai Cricket Stadium when Modi came, and
Right.
at that time the message was pretty clear. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. But now, who knows? There's still quite a bit behind. But if he can, be that politician that he now seems to be, and he can build a coalition to get seats with different parties, I mean, there's a chance, of course, that something like that could happen.
Well, Arun Jaitley was here for the UAE India Economic Forum a few years ago, and one of the things he did mention was that India is a very aspirational sort of economy. So it doesn't seem like it's going to be one of those elections where just the incumbent has it easy, does it?
No, and of course, unemployment in India has gone up recently. Recently, I think in December, it was at a 27-month high. So if Rahul Gandhi rather can point to some sort of like a concrete fact like that, unemployment is higher, I'll do this, this, and this ahead of the election, then that'll probably get him quite a few votes.
All right, excellent. Thank you, Bernie. And we will continue talking about the Indian elections, which happen in April, May. It's the world's largest democracy, and so obviously the world's largest democratic process. And we're going to keep trying to bring you further updates, further news from that over the course of the next few months. My name is Scion Shakil, joined here by Bernie de Boostman. Please keep watching Inside AB. Remember to tune in tomorrow as well, and subscribe and comment below. Thank you for watching.